Good. Now try to straighten your leg a little bit. Can you straighten your legs a little bit? Try to reach them back. Yeah, nice. Feel that in your shoulders? And it almost like in your hips. So your legs go as soon as you're stretching your hips. You're going in your shoulders and your hips at the same time. Super nice. My name is Alexa Sutton, and I teach contortion and flexibility, not just for contortionists, but for all different sports. Gymnastics and training and dance and skating as well. Specifically, we're here at Dance Extensions to work with our contortionists and teach them some new styles and techniques.
My name is Betsy Shuttleworth. I'm the director. Co-director is Dawn Cherney in the other room. We do everything here, but one thing that sets us apart is the contortion program. Having a ballet background since I was 9 was very intrigued with it. It was something different. It was up and up another level. So I started researching. I found Steve Schoening, who's from Germany. She showbiz productions, and she has kind of guided me to where I am now as far as connections and learning. And she taught me how to be a good trainer and a safe trainer to do things, injury prevention, and that's how I met Alexa. I met her at the International Contortion Convention in 2003.
All the contortion I teach is based on non-invasive surgery. So it's really about injury prevention, being able to do this from a safe perspective so that the kids can progress and enjoy themselves but without stress on their bodies. Because of course you see this contortion and it's very frightening looking when you don't know anything about it. So to help take this in with good progression so that they can achieve a high level and something about what they're doing.
We have about 57 girls here that train in contortion, so we have everything from beginners to advanced students here. America's Got Talent had Victoria Jacoby a couple years ago. She was a dancer, and she was on for quite a few sessions. And then she was on Paul Abdul's show last year. She drove all the way from New Jersey to come down here to take Alexa's class.
It's really important for contortion how you access your hips, okay? If you're doing this, that people always think that you have to be naturally flexible. And I actually find that the people who don't have natural flexibility are really good at contortionists because they have to work harder to get that, to achieve that level. And so they're a little more focused and a little more interested in achieving that. And I specialize in helping those type of contortionists to really progress and work each level. But it's also interesting because you can use the same type of flexibility training, but very moderate for older adults, as well to help decrease the risk of arthritis. And so do that as well to, they've done a lot of very interesting studies on that, and I incorporate those studies as well. Don't cheat. Okay, now it's very dangerous. If you're in this position, it feels really intense. Don't bend your knee to push it down, because as soon as you bend it, tighten up the muscle to bend it, and then you try to push it down into a flex position, you can tear muscle. Okay, so be really careful that if it feels too much, just sit up a little straighter. Don't leave the ribs.
Where we are now is I feel like we've kind of reached a plateau. The flexibility is there. Now we need some strength. Now we need just some fine tuning. I'm sure there's so much more to learn.
Now, you're not attaching here. Take the back foot. Just like that. Check the position where you just hold it towards your leg. I did gymnastics before, rhythmic gymnastics, and I kept seeing people get injured. And when I had my kids in competition, I kept seeing kids who get injured from the sport, and I thought there has to be a better way to do this without the injuries happening. And so that's when I started studying more physiotherapy, and from doctor's point of view, and the scientific of how the body works, and putting that all together with traditional training forms and finding better alternatives. Then I started getting into circus and contortion, and because I was very flexible, they encouraged me to go into contortion. So I did aerial contortion, and then I went to swinging trapeze. I worked as a swinging trapeze soloist.
When she said she'd come, I was just thrilled because I really look up to her. She's pretty amazing.